Alrighty then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome one and all. My name's Michael, I'm the Denno's the Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Pray for Death, our assassin-themed adventure featuring these wonderful and amazing Patreons who support my channel, allow me to keep the lights on, and do all these cool, crazy, wonderful, and amazing things. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, look at these guys slaying it in game and slaying it out of game as well. That's right. I'm trendy with the kids. I ain't cringe, you know. No cap, yo. Just anyway.
And thank you for the game, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic evening.
That's it. Good night, everybody. All right. Man, I missed that. Okay, I missed that Animaniacs thing. Wherever you said something with an adult, you know, double innuendo, you just turn around and be like, "No, good night, everybody," and then just, you know. All right, guys, we're gonna play a game. We are behind. I'm gonna do the thing where I switch on the DAG recap and speed through stuff. It tires me out, honestly. Like, I get to the end of them and I'm like, man, I'm old. I'm just like, I'm feeling it, like, in my bones when I have to do a recap in 5 minutes instead of, like, half an hour like I normally take. And, you know, reminiscing like an old man like this doesn't help how short a time I need to do this in either. You know, it's a perpetually fueled cycle of having a lack of energy to do the speeds I need to keep up with the amount of time I've wasted. Yes? Yeah.
Do you know with the recap?
No, I'm fine. I just, like, again, it's just, okay. I just want to be understood, you know. Just want to be, you know, want people to take that time, and I also want to make the joke about me wasting time in order to try and, you know, it's fine. All right, here we go.
I really wish I can post gifts. I really wish.
All right, here we go. Strap yourselves in, guys. Let's get started. So first of all, we have some sponsors to thank, and that is, of course, our three major sponsors, Hero Forge, for the wonderful artwork you can see on screen here. All the people who are not on camera are using Hero Forge inspired models that can be used to not only design and create cool things for your online games like I use, but also 3D print models that you can then have shipped to you anywhere in the world. It's honestly great. Go check check it out. Sirenscape for the wonderful sound effects you'll hear throughout the game. All of the immersion that our players will be enduring thanks to the amazing soundscapes that are available is courtesy of them, and Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice for maps and dice and all the rules so that my players can enjoy that as well. They've just released the NPC core, which I've been talking about for months, which means that now I am an unstoppable force in Pathfinder 2nd Edition thanks to this VTT. So, yeah, there's that. Then, of course, we have our lovely players who are joining us today. These are people who not only sponsor the show, but also pay for these amazing seats that we get to just enjoy. Really, we do have a few available seats which are coming up on the Wednesday. So if those of you who watch Reign of Winter, we will be opening up a couple of seats onto that very soon. We are towards the end of the game, so if you do want to join, or if you do have any interest in it, just send me a message and stuff like that, and we can talk about it. But yeah, there's that. But for this game, however, Patrons, we have Kalindria playing the role of Kara, the leader of the group, a brash and harsh individual who is a champion of Achekek, the god of assassins, played by Callie. Hi, Callie.
Hi, Daggy.
I realize I've never done like a speed run of this group, so I actually don't know what you guys are. So if I get it wrong...
Nope, you got it so far, yep.
Yeah, okay. Then, of course, we have Pietro the swashbuckling Dampier, a individual who uses poise, grace, and elegance as befitting a person of his stature, but also a person who has prized themselves on their skill and expertise and has a bit of a wild, demonic side. This individual is played by none other than our wonderful friend McBluff. How'd I go? Did I go good? Yes. Then, of course, moving on to Nesmith, a poisoner who has a bit of a rough and tumble background, but has moved himself into the upper echelons of the expert herbalists and poison crafters. A expert and skilled individual who is a catfolk individual, of course, played by our wonderful and incredible friend Bon. Hi, Bon.
Hi.
How did I go? I don't even know what class you are. I'm gonna say rogue.
Yeah.
You are Rouge? Right. You're a Rouge? Yeah, nice.
I am Rouge.
Love you being a Rouge. Okay, done. Then, of course, we have Rondak the Hobgoblin, an individual who has learned and studied very similar to Nesmith, but instead of focusing on poisons, Rondak has focused on alchemistry, specifically explodey, bomby, blowy-uppy, gunny, powdery boominess. Rondak is played by our dear friend Lucas, aka Mr. Game and Art.
Well done, Dag. Well done.
Nice. And then a master of blood magic in all ways, shapes, and forms, a conjurer and wielder of deadly and awful arts, however, remaining with a rather chipper and happy attitude despite their blood-soaked profession. We have Balsam, played by our, the masked assassin Balsam, played by our dear friend Matt from All Things Fantasy. The Balsam is a sorcerer, if I remember correctly.
Yes, he is a sorcerer.
Frickin', I'm 5 for 5. Let's go. And then last but not least, we have played the role of Kailu, the Elven Ranger. Is none other than our dear friend Cookie Mod Steve. Kailu is, of course, a expert sniper specializing in picking off targets from miles and miles away. A reliable member of our team, as they are not only capable of making these long distance and hard shots, but perfectly capable of commanding a battlefield and using a wide variety of tricks and tools in order to control the space that he happens to be in. Cookie, good to see you. How'd I go? Did I do good?
You did pretty well. I love the borderline confidence at the beginning.
Nice. Yeah, it was pretty much borderline confidence. Yeah, so there you go. All right, then of course we have our lovely audience to thank. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being a part of the show and for coming and watching us do all this cool stuff. We have ways for you to interact with the game as we play, because live games should really be interactive, and that's just how I feel. So first of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time in order to influence the game. This can be used to use inspiration, insight bonuses, wandering bosses, divine healing, divine interventions, all these cool things things to help my players survive. Many of you have already done this, and you know what? Channel points are pretty easy to earn, but in case you want more for some reason, subscribers, you earn channel points a little bit quicker, so hey, consider that too. Then, of course, we have our monetary donations, which go towards our DAG survival check, which has, as of just now, hit 50%. Guys, we are at 50. We are halfway through me being able to, like, afford all my stuff, which is amazing. My nose is clogging up, and I don't know why. Like, it's almost as if, like, it's just cold enough, you know what I mean? That, like, my sinuses are going, huh, you're talking really quickly. Is the air too cold here? It's too cold here. Inject mucus. Okay, so yeah, I apologize in advance. I'm trying my best, but if I sneeze or if I do something gross on stream, you are warned. You know, this also works as an audiobook, if in case you don't want to see any of this happen. All right, so this is just, I don't know why I'm warning people about this. I'm okay. Let's go. We then have our monetary donations, which of course help Dag with his survival check. These are things for my mortgage, for food, for bills, and stuff like that. This is what allows me to do this as a full-time job. So these are the monetary donations that we have. First of all, for $5, we have our hero points and jinx points. Hero points can be used by my players to stave off death, petition the DM for narcissism in the rules, or roll with advantage. Jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks of cards in front of me. The first deck is a deck of heroic actions, which is a free one-use heroic action power that a player of your choice will get. That'll also serve as a potential hero point should they desire to use it. The second $10 reward is a draw from the deck of flashbacks and plot twists, which give me inspiration for the game I'm playing in order to try and add a little bit of something to the game while we play. These are story things that, yeah, basically twist and turn and can potentially change the entire game itself. We have a draw here from Schooly Eye. So let's see what we do here as we ka-cha. Nope. Ka-cha. I'm just not doing Lost. I want to point that out. I'm not doing Lost anymore. All right. We have Epiphany. Epiphany. Matt, look me in the eye when I'm saying this to you. Matt, Epiphany. Look, it says it right there. I want you to say it now.
You're right.
Yeah, I want you to say it. Say the word.
Epiphany.
It says epiphany.
No, no, it's Epiphany.
Why would I say epiphany? It's ridiculous.
Because it's got an F. It's like a PH for F.
Yes, but the second syllable is stressed. Not the third.
Yeah, epi.
Well, it could be
And then
epiphany.
epiphany. Yeah, it could be an epiphany.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know, if you got your peanut allergy.
Epiphany going.
Yeah, that's it. You get you have a peanut allergy and you have an epiphany. So there you go.
I'm having a panty attack. An epiphany.
I'm having one of those right now. My goodness.
All right. Well, that's the one we have. We have the Epiphany that we are going to use today. So thank you for that, Schooly. We then have our $20 donation, which is of course the natural 20 provided to a player of your choosing, or the GM. The GM doesn't have any, so you know, just that 20 is right there. Sad face. Then of course we have a $50 donation, which is our 3 tiers. We have our the first reward option for $50 is the boss buff, where we increase the difficulty of a challenge by a huge margin, increase the difficulty, increase the terrain, make the parameters different. A whole bunch of stuff happens, but basically, yeah, it's a huge boost to the bad guys. A magic item to a player of your choice. This can be a homebrew item you design, I design, or my players get from their wish list. And the third one, if you would like, is a draw from the Harrow deck, which is a random fortune-telling reading that gives our heroes a prophecy, and if they choose to either fight against or embrace the prophecy, any check made to do that will be at an automatic crit success, plus the statistic involved with that plot reading. It will give our players a ton of bonuses as well. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. And then we have a $100 secret menu item. The $100 secret menu item is a massive item, and honestly, it's a huge thank you. The secret menu item is going to be quite gnarly, actually. I'm going to be reintroducing an item from one of my earlier games. It is called the well, it's I'm going to apply it as an enchantment, but basically it is called the Tempest enchantment. What it will allow you to do is use whatever weapon it is applied to in order to control any amount of water. Depending on the volume of water, depends on what you can do. So if you have a puddle, for example, you can expand the puddle, increase its size. You can turn it into a particular shape or something like that. If you happen to use on the ocean or on a lake, you can increase the current, lower the tide, increase the tide. You can create a whirlpool. You can create a water spout. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do. Whatever thing has the rune on it. So if you put it on your glove, that means you have to make physical contact. Put it on the on your bow, you can shoot it with an arrow. You know, just depends on what it is. But this Tempest rune will allow you to manipulate massive bodies of water. That is our secret menu item. Why is it a secret menu item and not a regular item? Because this is an evolving rune. So as the players continue on the adventure, this rune will begin to gain more and more power. So there you go. I also do have a second secret menu item for this game, and that is because of the nature of what we're doing. The second secret menu item is the insertion and inclusion of the merchant Badham to this campaign. Presently, he's not involved. He's not here, but that is the second secret menu item. So there you go. Badham, for those of you who don't know, is a curse-selling merchant who worships the god Calistria, which is also important. So yeah.
I'm gonna punt him. If you do the donation, whoever you are, he's gonna get punted.
You could try to punt
Not
him.
by Nitro.
He's
Not by
mad.
Nitro.
He's mad at you. And remember, he can see players.
Yeah, I'm mad at him.
Yep. Why are you mad at him?
Because I didn't do anything. I was just party to it.
I didn't do anything. I was just
there
party to
doing
it.
nothing.
Exactly. You did nothing. You
Oh,
did
what was I
nothing as
supposed to-
Neil
You had that kind
trashed
of
his
reaction time,
store.
Dag. What was I meant to do? Do you have that kind
Silence
of
is
reaction
violence.
time?
That's all I'm saying.
There was no silence. There wasn't time for silence, Dag.
Plenty of time for silence.
Mm.
Silence was deafening.
No, I think the explosion of 2 bags of holding was deafening, Dag.
Yep, that too. That too.
Yeah, that did.
That does sound like a Neil thing, though.
Did you know it was Neil, or did you just
It
guess?
was. You can probably guess.
I could probably guess.
Yep. That's it. So.
Sorry, you're
Without-
making me choke.
Who
Like, what are the odds?
else would it be? If it wasn't Neil, it'd be Marcus.
Yeah.
Who's after Marcus? I don't think there is an after Marcus. It's just Neil or Marcus. If I found that out and it was neither of them, I think I'd be stumped. I'd have no idea who would have done it. Maybe Callie?
It was me, Barry.
What did Kelly do?
No, I was gonna say, okay, so let's say someone
God,
gets a
I said
bag
that
of
off
bag
one,
of
I'm so
holding, puts
sorry.
it. Say someone gets a bag of holding, puts in another bag of holding into the bag of holding, blows up a notable NPC, right, or their livelihood, right, and you find out from all of my players that it's not Neil. Then you find out it's not Marcus. Who do you think the next
Okay.
person likely to have done that would have been?
That is a good question.
Right. I never realized how good a question that is, and I'm sitting there, I'm really giving it some thought, and I'm like,
I don't know. See, because I feel like Avarian just likes chaos.
yeah, I could see that too. I mean, it'd be a tie between the two of you, I think, in my mind.
Yeah,
Mine
but
would be entirely on accident, probably, because I
Yeah.
don't pay attention sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's true.
everything Avarian does is calculated, right?
It is
Yeah.
calculated chaos. That's an interesting call. Okay, we'll find out. We'll one day we'll do a poll. We'll find out who the bronze seat is for the inciting chaos goblin. You know, maybe I'll make a little reward.
Avarian saying it's Matt.
It's definitely Matt. Yeah, maybe.
Listen, I punch a boulder once, and I can never live it down.
It's true. It's true.
Ooh, Chris fucking.
Older.
Who wants to play a game?
I would like to.
What game?
Heck yeah. All right.
Let's do
This
it.
place.
So, guys, without any further ado, we return once more to the southern lands of Garund, where our heroes have made their way to the town of Port Peril. Let's see. Oh, nose is itchy. There we go. Oh yeah. So, as our heroes have made their way into into Port Peril, a ramshackled town that seems very similar to something like Tortuga, filled with ne'er-do-wells, privateers, and pirates. Our heroes are attempting their best to procure passage away from the port and to their home island of the Medigalti Isles. Here they hope to try and find those responsible for betraying them within the Red Mantis assassin and framing our heroes for failing their duties, for going rogue and for assassinating a true heir to power. These grave crimes have thus far excommunicated our heroes from the Red Mantis, and they are currently trying to right this terrible wrong. On the island, our heroes have split into 3 groups. Kara and Rondak, currently in search of trying to find allies within the town of Port Peril, as well as try to acquire a boat. Pietro and Nesmit gathering supplies for their journey, while at the same time investigating information pertaining to Pietro's sudden and inexplicable change into a bat-like creature during the assassination attempt made by Trovaldo. And lastly, Kylo and Balsam on their own adventure as they try to procure funds to be able to afford all the stuff that they need. Kylo's ex-girlfriend, a woman by the name of Helena, actually lived on the Crescent Isle just slightly north of where the heroes were. After breaking into her house and finding her, a brief confrontation at sword point ensued, which ended with the result of our heroes imploring for the aid of Helena and her influence among the free captains. Being provided, Helena is going to go and acquire a meeting with you and the free captains so that you might be able to plead your case and accrue passage that doesn't involve the Red Mantis to get back home and exact revenge. And so, we now return to our adventure. Maybe. No music? Being like that, huh?
I've got music.
You've got music? I don't have music. Oh, maybe I need to load it again. Hold on. Oh no, who did we lose? Somebody died. I bet it was Bond.
We lost Callie and
Yeah, Kelly and
Oh, Callie
Lucas.
and Matt.
Oh,
Matt.
internet drop.
Well, they're coming back. They're coming back.
There we go. Done. Hi, guys.
Yeah,
Hello.
our internet picked the best time to shit. It really did.
Okay, can you guys hear music? Oh, there we go. I got it now. Okay. So, back in Port Peril. We return to Kara and Rondak. The two of you have started to make your way around the town. Between the drinking, the gambling, and the general elbow rubbing, you've made quite a few friends around the town. Tell me, what in particular would you like to do in order to try and procure your connection to your travel? What would you like? Who would you like to make friends with in particular?
Let's see. I don't like that you're smirking. Sorry, I was
Uh,
cigarettes
not
pop
smirking. That's a good question. Fearless leader. Who do we want to talk to?
Well, I mean, we're looking for a ship.
It's true.
The harbor
But we
master
can't go to the-
is a good start.
You said he's
Wait, did-
Red Mantis affiliated, right? Would we not know that?
This is you finding that out.
I would say, how many times do I gotta shake my head and say no before you stop?
Okay.
We're finding that out.
All right, let's go. Talk to him. Let's do that.
Excellent.
Or them, I should say.
As you make your way to the harbor, you find a rather large, portly individual who sees you coming and says, if you're looking for the warship, she's already set sail.
No, we're looking for something a little more personal.
Oh,
I lost
looking
my
for a
accent, sorry.
looking for a personal ship, are you? Off
Yes.
on a honeymoon or some sort of romantic cruise? I can recommend the perfect vessel for that.
A little less personal.
Oh, you sure? I mean,
Very.
there's some pretty good discounts on the honeymoon cruise, you know.
Definitely not looking for a cruise
Okay.
or a honeymoon.
Well, what do you happen to be looking for?
Something that will hopefully get me from point A to point B without dying. That can handle for a dozen to 10 people.
Oh, there's plenty of ships for that. Just depends on where here to there happens to be.
Somebody remind me where there is.
There is. Let me give a map of the inner sea.
Yeah, my stuff's not loading yet, so I still
Yeah.
can't see it.
Nope. That's There we go. You are currently here in the shackles. Down here somewhere.
Okay.
And you are heading to Mediogalti Isle.
And do I know about how many days travel that would be normally?
It's about 500 miles.
So if I were the Proclaimers, I could just walk it.
Long to travel. Yeah.
Sweet.
It would take you roughly it'll take you 20 hours.
That's not nearly as far as I was thinking it would be. That's even better.
Hmm.
Perhaps a day's travel to the north?
Well, I mean, to the north is really just a hurricane.
Not directly north, northwest.
Well, the bigger you are, the less helpful I can be. You know, boats just don't tend to go, oh, you know what I'll do today? I'll weigh anchor and just go north.
They should. They
Well,
should
they
make boats
don't.
that do that.
They certainly do not.
Well, I would say the name of the island that I am not going to butcher.
You want to go to that cursed place of assassins and murderers, do you?
I heard it was a fun vacation spot.
Oh, shit. Look at you all. It really isn't. I cannot tell you enough. You don't want to be going to that isle. Not unless you've got business with the assassins themselves. I mean, they're friendly enough with visitors, and that's for sure, but if you're not careful and someone has a grudge against you, well, that's the worst place for you to be.
And no one should have a grudge against me. What about you? She's looking at Rondak.
Who are
Sorry,
you trying to
you guys
convince?
can't see that.
Nope.
I was going to say, who are you trying to kill? He doesn't care.
Everyone loves me.
That shouldn't be a problem. Unless they know something I don't. Which is possible. Probable, even.
I don't know. I mean, if someone were after you and you told me about it, perhaps I could have warned you, but the thing is that's not happening. Well, there's a boat right there. and you
Awesome,
can see
thanks. I appreciate it.
you see a bright red boat.
All right, we're good to go.
Cool. Do you go up to the captain and see if you can get passage?
That seemed so easy.
Just a little too, Raph.
It's a sailboat. It can house about 20, 30 people, you know? It's going exactly where you want it to go.
Because we need to get there, so I can't be like, let's say that somebody does want to kill us horribly badly.
You could be someone who wants a commission.
A commission for
Or someone else, and you don't want to say it to anyone else except for those on the island.
see, I like you. Come over here so you can do this.
Too busy, sorry. Oh, look at that. Oh.
Damn it! Sorry, my fantasy grunt is finally popping in or loading in.
There. All
All
right.
right.
Yeah.
Are we taking the bright red boat? Let's do it. I like it.
Why am I clicking on you and not myself?
I don't know. Why are you?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay.
Okay.
But you
Can
see,
you,
Kara, I told you this would be easy. It's all
my
about
God.
supply and
Can you-
demand.
Can you reshare the larger map with me as well?
You won't need that in a minute.
Okay.
I demand a boat and they supply it. That's how it works.
That's not incorrect. Okay.
Although this one is a little flashy. Bright red might draw some attention.
That's true. Do you have a less bright red boat?
No.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So this
ignoring
place
the,
is a
ignoring the fact that that the boat is at sea.
Mhm.
All right. All right. I'll have the two of you, as you embark on the boat, see a large crew loading and stockpiling things, and a man standing at the front who seems to be barking and yelling orders.
They have a dog in charge.
Yeah, why is he barking to people? It's weird.
I don't know. Lucas, I was
Guys,
expecting
just
you to help me
because-
out there, and you did none of that. So
Guys, just because it's a shoonie doesn't mean you can discriminate, okay? For those who are at home, shoonie are like these, like an ancestry that's like a corgi or something.
Pugs. It's pugs.
Yeah.
I can't breathe.
All right. Also,
Heavy
you wanted
breathing,
Rondak to help
loud
out with
barking.
getting a ship? He doesn't know anything about that.
I was trying to get this shit to load up, and I was kind of hoping you were gonna like assist at all, and you didn't.
I fear any form of a chihuahua. So the concept of a chihuahua with a human body sounds terrifying.
All right. Where's this dude barking orders at people? Is he at the front or the back?
He is on the deck.
Okay. Whereabouts? So I know where to move to.
He is over by the main mast.
All right. Cool. I am going to walk over to this guy because he seems like he's in charge.
He definitely looks like he's in charge.
Oh, God.
As you approach him, he looks at you. Make a perception check.
Alrighty, I can do that. No. Perception. There you are. Right there. I almost rolled performance. That would have been weird.
Starts doing
41.
flips up to the front desk, front thing.
Honestly, the
Alright.
best way to get the whole ship's attention, the best way.
Cool. With
Your
a 40,
confidence.
with a 41, as you approach, you recognize that the guy, like, seems to have this momentary look of recognition. He begins to panic as you guys approach, and very quickly draws weapon. As
Whoa.
as he
What are you doing?
says, "It's them."
What did you do now?
I went over to introduce myself. We're supposed to be sailing on your boat here.
This boat will be the last place you ever see.
Hospitality around here is terrible.
Hey, get your bombs ready. Let's go.
At this point in time, all three of them draw sawtooth sabers.
That's why the boat was so easy to get. I see it now.
And why it was bright red, and why it's going to the Isle of Assassins.
This all makes perfect sense. But we're not assassins. I think you have us confused with someone else.
You mean,
Ju- just-
you
just
mean the
bring
most,
out the bombs.
You mean the
Don't even
most
try, just
famous
bring out the bombs.
attendants of our blood mistress, who currently have orders
Hey,
out to
hey.
kill them?
You don't know what I look like. All right?
I do.
Fine. I guess I'll blow you up.
And
It's
Kara.
me, Xander. You celebrated my birthday last week, bro.
Okay.
I'm not hiding shit, and
All right.
I'm obviously me.
All right,
Look,
Rondak, you're
guy.
up first, then Kara, then the assassins.
Guy, before we get down to this and I inevitably have to murder you, are you sure you want to do this?
You came onto my boat, buddy. I'm gonna.
I was under the impression I was getting a ride, okay? You're the one that decided he wanted to draw a sword and
Well,
fight.
I'm gonna take you for a ride. All right, a ride to go and meet your maker.
Oh, God. It's like talking to a brick wall with these guys.
You're one
We
of
like to
them.
blow up brick walls, so let's go.
Yeah, that's fair. I do.
right.
I'm going to
Rondak.
apologize to the boat ahead of time. Sorry, boat. You're a nice boat, but this is going to go badly, probably.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I am going to... let's try to hit this guy on the left, assassin number 2. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll go with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, to be clear, there is a like I said, you're not out at sea. There is like a gangplank.
Yeah, back down to the docks.
Yeah. It's just over here.
No, we could just run. Do you want to run? I could create a distraction. We could run.
How many people are on this ship? It's not just these three, right?
You can only see 3 at the moment.
I mean, it's a big fucking boat. Yes.
All right. In that case, I'm going to do something different.
Okay. What do you got?
I have some things. Hold on. Let me look real quick. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Where is it? I know there's a thing that does the thing that I want.
I just imagine they hear a giant explosion. They're like, Jesus Christ, what are they doing now?
Okay. I am going to use crystal shards, which is a bomb. Of course, it is. Splash area, so it's should be a 10-foot like radius around it.
Mhm.
And it's going to create basically what are caltrops on the ground, and if they go into it, they take 2d4 piercing damage, essentially. So I'm going to put that between us and them, and then we can go ahead and run the hell out of here.
Okay. So you create a floor of icy caltrop-like shards, and you are going to attempt to retreat.
Measuring things.
Right. Kara, are you going to do the same?
Yes, minus the caltrops.
Very well. I need the both of you to make stealth checks as you attempt to disembark and flee the scene. Oh, nice. Super easy. I don't think they're going to have an easy time following that up. Ooh, all right.
Me.
Okay. They are going to follow you for some time. They know that you're in town. They have located you roughly, but they don't know where you are specifically. But yes, you do manage to evade them for the time being. Meanwhile, Nesmith and Pietro.
Yes?
You are gathering supplies.
Ah, yes. A beautiful day in the market. Everything looks so amazing out here. I'm guessing we're inside one of the larger faring areas of the market trade or trading areas.
No, you are heading to like kind of a general store kind of thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Then where we go, Pietro? How are you feeling?
Still a bit shaken, but I'm alright. It is a
But not
shame we have to
stirred.
leave this place so quickly, though. I do love a good coast.
It's nice to see a normal-looking city with people having a normal-ish day. Oh, that's, well, the music started playing. That's not a good sign. Oh, gee.
Wait, I think of the music again, I think of the music again, I think of the music again.
Don't worry about it.
I think of the music, where's the music, where's the music? Oh, I just have to turn it up a lot. There we go. It's too ominous. It's too ominous for the low frequencies.
As you make your way through the shops, you notice that there is a apothecary not too far away. Nesmith, some supplies would be good. But also you realize that Pietro's condition after the last fight might warrant some investigation. Even if it's an apothecary, perhaps they know something of, like, what might have incited this change.
You know, as we're here now, I do realize we haven't had a chance to really look closer. The shop seems interesting. Maybe some goods that we could procure. Are you afraid, Pietro?
You know I'm always up for anything.
Ah, yes, then adventure away.
You hear the sound of a silver bell as it rings as you walk in. Pietro, you wince for a moment, not sure why, but you do. Immediately, popping their head out from behind the table, is a gnome. Hello.
Well, hello.
Gah, what are you? Oh,
What
wait.
do you mean?
Customers? It's
Indeed.
been so long. The fuck do I do? Hang on, I have a book here.
Take your time.
So, you have opened your first store. Step 1. Attract customers with a warm and welcoming smile.
No, don't. Oh, God. Oh, wonderful smile.
Okay.
You're doing great.
It looks wonderful.
Check. Next,
Perfect.
inquire about their day. If you ask them about stuff that they wish to purchase, you may come across as pushy. So what have you come to buy today? Fuck. Okay, hold on.
No,
Just skip
no.
these
You don't need to
pages
keep
here.
the smile.
I've got it. Okay. that is
Okay, it's alright. It happens.
Yes. Express an interest in your wares. That way you can share interests if you have them in common. So, you like potions?
Some say that, yes. That right, friend?
Oh yes, we love potions.
Wow.
Yes.
What a crazy set of happenstances that have brought us together. I also like potions. It is why that I made a store and put my potions in there for you, my paying customers.
Yes, friend, you're doing wonderful.
Thank you.
we're trying to procure a few things for a longer journey that we have ahead. And we're also curious about some of the accoutrement that you have here. How long have you been open?
Well, we have been open for a long time, friend. If you require potions, there is no better place to find potions than right here at fuck. He runs outside. You hear the ding of the bell. He runs back inside. The Purple Lily.
I kind of want to do a temperature / perception check. What type of information this man should actually know?
Make a perception check.
Okay. I have the thing. There we are. The dice roll, and it does the thing. Oh, yeah, it seems very trustworthy from my roll.
Yeah, seems pretty trustworthy, for sure.
May I make a roll?
You may.
Pietro absolutely 100% trusts me. He's just having a whale of a time, but he senses that Nesmith's a bit uneasy, so he'll just keeping an eye around just the shop itself more. See, this guy's perfectly fine. I don't see what's the problem.
Yeah, we're gonna learn so much today.
Pietro loves this guy so far.
So, you wish for potions. Then you've come to the right place. Tell me what potion you would like. I will serve you as the person who owns this place and
so
proprietarily sells all of the things within this building. Except for myself, because I am not for sale.
Very good, very good, very important to make that distinction.
Yes. There are pirates.
There are indeed many pirates out there.
You happen to have any healing potions, friend?
Yep.
Yes. Give us a
I love your little
Yeah,
laugh.
could you repeat
Where they
that?
are in your wonderful establishment.
By the way,
rolls are so bad.
that was so good, Vaughn. I love the response. Like, it will fucking help you. You fucking asshole. Like, what the hell? Okay. Yep. Just says yep. He begins to walk the shelves. Now, keeping in mind, at this point, you probably do notice something odd. He is going through all the shelves and reading reading all the bottles as he's moving through the aisles.
While they're doing that,
Yeah.
because imagine he's getting Nesmith to potentially where the healing potions are. Could be, who knows?
Sure.
He's gonna stay back just a bit and kind of just look at the book. Does it say any of those words on it?
It does. It does. It kind of does. I mean, yeah. Yes, it does.
Oh, I didn't know that they made these kinds of books. It's...
Why did I have to for such a bad perception roll? This ruins all of my plans.
You have one hero point.
Yeah,
Did you have a
well,
point?
true. I'm going to use the hero
I
point.
can use my hero point for you if you want.
No, I'll use it. I gotta. It's been a while. I gotta shake off the cobwebs, right?
Okay, hero point.
Let's try and do this.
Try another perception check.
Wait, that reminds me of something. Oh, no, I was just gonna do divine intervention.
Wow.
I mean, a divine intervention could still be helpful.
I'll do one. You're getting a divine intervention, bye.
Okay, divine intervention. Make another roll.
Come on,
Okay.
you can do it. Get double digits.
Please, anything.
Double
Anything.
digits.
A
Come
4.
on.
If you get another 4, you're dead. No, 30. Okay, 30 is exactly what you needed. Okay. As I mentioned, you think it's odd that he is going through like all the shelves and reading them out until eventually he finds a healing potion. This is how many you need. As this happens, you notice a few different things. You've known, like, as a poisoner, the one reason why you like to wear gloves is your fingertips are usually kind of burnt or calloused from like the acids and the oils that you've, just
What
been.
fingerprints?
You know what I mean, like the fingertips.
Yeah. It all becomes black and everything. Becomes,
right. This person, however, despite having an apothecary, has perfectly pristine hands. As he grabs you a few things.
can't help but notice, friend, that your hands are oh so pretty. What type of lotions do you use on them? Usually
Lotions. I use lotions. Right this way. And he's gonna sort of again start like looking around and he goes, here you go, lotions.
No.
These are yes?
I'd like to have a real conversation. Friend.
Oh, a real conversation. Okay.
Yes. You
yeah.
seem to be very new to this right now.
What?
And I'd like to do this in my most intimidating way possible.
Okay, make an
I
intimidation
see.
check.
Oh yes.
And yes,
skills I have.
And you can carry on as you go. While we're waiting for that, Mac, yes?
Sorry. Just good, because we've just done a bit of traveling. Can he recall in his head what the Purple Lily was the last time he was in this port? What kind of shop it was?
I was also...
Was it
Yeah, it was also an apothecary. Same building, same thing.
But did it have the same proprietor? Like,
Make a society check. Let's see if you remember the previous time you were here. Sorry, I just need to turn down my lights a little bit.
I want to use a hero point.
There you go. Very well. You can use a hero point.
Yay!
I'm gonna use the no jinx point I have. All right. No, it wasn't. You remember that there was a woman who was in charge of this place beforehand. Her name was Wisteria.
I will let Nesbit do his things first.
All right, Nesbit.
I grab his hands.
Okay, you grab his hands. Oh my.
Aggressively as possible.
Oh God, what
Look
the
at
fuck?
me.
Ah, hello.
I need you to not be playing games right now.
Oh,
I know
God.
this is not business you deal with.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
What is this front you're starting right now? What is this? It's really hard because I'm like trying to read the music got into my head, and now that there's no music, I'm like, this is not aggressive at all. This guy's just too nice and like random. I don't know what to do.
Do you mind if I hop in a bit?
Go for it. Do it. Do your thing.
I do need to completely in a calm, dulcet tone that really doesn't befit the level of intimidation and menace that
Sure.
Nesmith has. If I may ask, do you know what happened to the previous proprietor, good Miss Wisteria?
Yeah. Oh yeah, all right. She's
we're sitting in the silence. We're sitting in the silence. He gets to sit in it.
I'm gonna squeeze his hand extra hard.
Oh my God!
Think about your answers better.
Oh,
right
sorry.
now,
My apologies. She sold me the place a few months ago. I'm still learning the ropes. Make another perception check.
What did you deal with before?
I sold newspapers.
I want to break a finger.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay.
Oh my God, dude, damn,
make an athletics check.
hold on.
Make an athletics check. Look,
Bro, no,
Nesmith
this isn't the vibe.
Nesmith didn't say I'm thinking about breaking a finger. Nesmith
I
said
said I really want to.
breaking a.
I got a 35 on my perception.
This guy is lying. Absolutely.
Oh no, is he really?
Super big
Oh
lying.
my gosh, if this is a low roll, I cannot believe this. Nothing is working the way it should.
Okay. Unfortunately, you don't have the strength in your hands to just break fingers, but you do crush his hands, and he's just like, ow, 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 what the hell? I'm sorry. I'll just take what you want and go, man.
Oh, my friend, that will not help any of us. We just want to understand what is happening.
I'm getting my hand crushed.
Miss Wisteria.
Who?
We just want to know what you're doing here and why you are so unfamiliar.
I'm just the new guy. That's all.
New for what?
New shopkeeper, I guess. Ah, my hand. It's like I'm being gently caressed by soft and fluffy putties.
God, I wish we switched So it
It's
could be Rodneck and Kara here right now. They're
It's-
better at the aggressive thing. They're still
it's-
so wrong right now.
my hands. They feel so relaxed. Ah, I can't bear it.
He does have very gentle hands, but I do need you to understand the reason he wears those gloves is because he deals with chemicals that, well, would put every one of these little potions to shame. I do not think you would want to get those on your skin, so be grateful that he's just holding your hands right now.
Oh,
And he's
okay.
using a dulcet tone.
Okay. I'm sufficiently intimidated by the two of you.
I'm intimidated.
All right. At this point, we're gonna give you guys an epiphany. This guy is so incompetent. This guy is so freaking useless. You then have a moment. This tiny moment. He clearly is not an apothecary because of his hands. He's clearly unfamiliar with the shop. You should take a moment. And Pierre, as you are not holding this individual, you go behind the counter, where you can see Miss Wisteria bound and gagged, just laying on the floor. She looks at you. You realize in that moment the guy you're talking to is robbing the place.
I see. Just one moment. Pops up over the table again. Oh. My friend, there must have been a point when you realized that you could have just told the truth and you would have gotten off much easier.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I have only told you the truth.
What matter do we have for robbers? Let me just help this woman here and you go on your merry way.
I swear my prices are all to... Okay, bye. And he runs off.
And anyway, and entice a woman.
If Nesmith is not holding him in place.
I just let him go. I was too weak anyway. That's fine. I'm a little
Like, you
deflated.
can't hold your grass.
His ears are low and disappointed in himself.
he turns around and he runs. He's like, what? I'm not a thief. I'm not a...
Yeah. As
Son of a bitch.
Pietro is untying Miss Wisteria, he just looks at us. Oh, Nesmith, do not worry. You did wonderfully. It got a bit away from you. It happens sometimes, you know.
Fine. Look, I'm gonna drink here, and I see what looks like booze, and I know exactly what, like, some random bottle of wine. I know she sneaks away, and I'm just drinking a little bit. Just please untie her. Just take your time.
Roll me a percentage.
A percentage, okay.
Please don't drink an alchemy fire.
Oh, that's not it. How do I grab two?
The
how do I
double,
grab
the,
the percentage?
the double numbers.
How do I grab two dice? Oh, there we go. That's
No.
not
You
what
don't
I
want.
wanted.
You don't want. That's 2d10s. The double numbers on the far right. You want to pick that one up.
You don't need to press anything. Just press those dice,
So
and they
zero,
already
zero.
have it on the
Oh.
hands. Yeah.
I see.
44. All right. You drink a potion. As you do so, you kind of feel tingly. You're not sure what it did, but you're okay now. You just kind of feel pretty good.
I'm a little less deflated right now.
So, Wisteria gets up. One moment. Oh my god, thank you. I was worried. He broke in and held a knife to me and then tied me up. Bastard. Well, hello. I am Wisteria. Apothecary, potion master, and druid. At your service.
It is wonderful to meet you, Wisteria. I heard tell of you last time I was in port. I worried something had happened when I saw that man with this strange book telling him how to run a shop.
Well, hopefully, thanks to your efforts, this will not happen again. Now, what can I do you for?
You were hoping to procure. I'll say this again now that you're not being. Do you need anything? Do you need. How are your hand doing? Feel like you need a little bit of comfort.
No, I'm fine. This is Port Peril. This sort of thing happens all the time.
Well, we're trying to go on a long trip, and well, we need some healing things and some poisoning things, and maybe a little information.
Okay, say no more. I'm sure I can put together a very careful package, and you know what? Free of charge. My thanks for saving me from being robbed. As far as I'm concerned, some of that money would definitely have been taken already, so we're good. We're square. I don't like being in
Sure.
people's debts.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
What kind of?
Now, well, strange things have been happening, sort of, to our friend here, and
Strange
I was
how?
wondering.
You didn't tell Pietro this is why we're coming in here.
Oh, right. Yes, I'm gonna pull her off to the side. I knew that. Yeah. Pietro, if you don't
Hello.
mind, did you mind sorting things out and getting these ready for the ship?
Yeah, go.
Before I say whatever that was.
She brushes her hair past her ear. She says, "Yeah, go sort out the ship."
Are you alright?
Do we have we don't have the telepathy thing where it's like, I think she's flirting. I don't know if she's we have the look. We have the look of I think she's
Sure.
flirting, but I don't really know what's going on right now.
I don't think it's funny. I think she just seems like there's something in her ear. Like, just.
You know, I can't really tell. You actually,
Yeah, I
do you want to
Yeah,
take it?
I
or should
whispered to
take
your
it?
ear. I whispered to your ear before. I go, just make sure she's alright. Do you mind? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
you know, it seems like it was really shocking. Yeah, just you. Oh god. Oh my goodness.
Is this actually?
you
Is this
making dinner
pantomiming
right
actually
now?
happening in game, Dad?
No.
Okay. Just make sure to check on her. It can be a bit stressful getting kidnapped for the first time. Alright. Well, I will make my leave. I hope that you are alright, ma'am.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. Pietro, you begin to head out. You will, at this point, reunite with Kara and Rondak. Nesmith, if you have something you would like to talk about, we can talk about it.
Yes. Well, sorry about my friend. I
Oh,
just
no-
wanted to make sure that you're okay.
No, nothing to apologize for. Like I said, you saved my life and you helped my store. Now what is it I can help you with?
I have specific questions just for you. It seems that on this trip, in dire straits, my friend was, well, something odd and interesting happened to him. Do you know of any circumstances where... should I say what Pietro is while I'm chatting with her?
You can. It's a pretty accepted thing. Like Dampiers and half elves and half orcs and like tieflings and stuff. They're all very like fine.
Okay. Let me make sure. Well, how do the Dampier that you know? Do you know any Dampier that transform?
Because of their blood? No, it's not a common trait. Vampirism is quite a potent condition, and usually half vampires or full vampires are only capable of transforming, and even half vampires only have certain limits to it. Most Dampier do not have the vampire juice to be able to shapeshift in that way.
And
Yep.
would you know of any books or histories where this possibly happened or changed? I'm worried about my friend.
Perhaps this might help. She hands you a scroll with a bunch of notes pertaining to another individual whose name you don't recognize, exploring their experience with a vampire hunt.
Okay. Is this a book worth it? Like, how much info are you feeling I have?
We'll read it over time, but it's got plenty of info.
Much appreciated. I feel strange not giving you money after. Here, take this, and I guess. What type of can I extract any? What? How much would this book cost? I work.
About 3 gold.
Okay, I'll give her 5.
Oh, she says, that's so generous of you. Thank you. And she takes it and she pockets it. Armed with your new book, you will go and join Petro and Kara and Rondak. The book you read is called Blood of the Night. And what it describes from your cursory glance and cursory reading is shapeshifting wasn't really a skill, like hybridized shapeshifting wasn't a skill that blooded or vampire creatures have. Normally they'd turn into like these kind of like demon-like creatures, but also they would turn into wolves and bats and rats and stuff like that. But this kind of thing, it was not turning into a bat. It was turning into like a Batman creature thing. A man-bat, one might say. And from what it looks like as well, like in this book, when it talks about vampires being able to turn into bats and bats serving vampires, they don't seem supernatural in any way other than that. Like, they don't suddenly, like, you don't have 4-armed, servants or, with wings and stuff as bats. You don't have, you know what I mean? Like, they're just regular bats and regular rats and regular wolves. But there is an entry that catches your eye. Towards the end of the book, it talks about the enemies of the vampires. Another disease-born occult mystery of the night, and that is the clans of the werewolves. But we now return to the bar where Kailu needs to make me a perception check, as you've just watched as Balsam has been escorted off premises by a very attractive elven man.
There we go.
All right.
45.
44 and 35. Very nice. Okay. So, with 35, you notice that as soon as Balsam leaves with the very handsome elf, 2 other individuals follow shortly after.
Well, I don't like the looks of that at all. Kyla's making the assumption that they're either going to roll Balsam or they're actually chasing, they're actually trying to kill Balsam. So I'm Kylo is going to get up and quietly follow them.
All right. Make a stealth check as you begin to pursue them. Meanwhile, Balsam, you, as previously mentioned... Oof, okay, we'll come to that in a minute.
Oh, I think I'm going to hero point that, if you don't mind.
No, by all means, please hero point it.
So I love the plucky, like, video game 8-bit music that's still in the background.
Lord.
Okay. Yeah, goodness. All right. Well, that's still a fumble. Well, it's not a fumble, it's a failure, but yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Okay. Now, Balsam, you were taken by the attractive elf down into an opium den. As this happens, you have told the elf about your situation, about how faith seems very fleeting presently, and they offered to help you make things better, to be shown a new perspective, and to potentially be embraced again, but not necessarily from your god, if you catch their meaning. Wink.
Well, Balsam is always up for a fun experience, of course, but a bit of stress relief after the weeks of intense travel, of escaping from something that's most certainly and probably will kill him, it would be nice. Enjoyable.
The elf smiles and takes a big draw from the hookah before leaning in and kissing you on the lips. In doing so, forcing the scented smoke into your mouth and filling your lungs. You feel immediately relaxed, and I need a fortitude save from you, please.
A fortitude save.
Yes.
33.
Are you okay tonight? What's going on with our rolls?
Yeah.
We good?
I was pretty much like this before.
My luck is pretty terrible.
It is. All right. Well, you pass out. But as you awake, you find yourself in a mansion. There in the mansion, you see the elf once more, sitting around a table with similar dressed individuals. The black and yellow striped kind of motif, as everyone around the table seems to be eating quite heartily. Ah, you're awake. Good, I was hoping you would be.
Belson stretches luxuriously.
At this point, you realize as you are stretching, you are attached to the chair that you're in. Your legs are manacled to the legs, and your arms manacled to the armrests.
I'm glad you made a start without me.
Well, after all, I didn't want to bother you while you were sleeping. It looked as though you needed the rest.
So, who are the friends you brought, if you don't mind me asking?
Friends? Oh, no. These are more like family. And as they all look around, they're all like sort of eating breakfast and stuff as they kind of look over to you. One of them sort of leans forward over their food. Eyes sort of squinty, big jowls, huge belly, but very, very well-kept shirt. So you're the one who's coming to town, bringing the matters of the Red Mantis assassin to my very doorstep. I know who you are and who your friends are, and I welcome you to my fair city.
I feel honored by such a welcome.
Please. It is the least I can do. My nephew seems to have taken a great liking to you. So, any hospitality you receive because of the kindness that my nephew has been shown by you. But unfortunately, very recently, a group who had been dealing in businesses with me have complained because I have been unable to make certain shipments to provide them with the tools necessary for them to complete the work that I myself have tried to orchestrate for them to do. But this is neither here nor there. I noticed that, of course, my associates have been slowly been interacting, I suppose, with your fellow Red Mantis friends.
You might have to be a bit more specific with the friends. There's a bit of a rift growing between inside the group.
Well, that's too bad. But listen. We know about what is transpiring here. We know that the Red Mantis have turn their back upon you and your friends, and that's a horrible and heinous thing. But also potentially could be an opportunity for you and your friends to make something of the dreadful situation they find themselves in.
Balsam tries to shift his legs to get into like his business position where like he crosses his legs, but unfortunately he's stuck, so the best he can do is kind of like lean against the chair in like a more casual position.
Sure. Do you say anything?
I'm all ears. You have my full attention.
He says, now see here. Very recently it has come to my attention that the smuggling system in this town is inherently flawed. People are concerned with, crossing the free captains and the like. And well, quite frankly, there's one of the free captains, a captain by the name of Windheart, who has been interfering with a few of my businesses and their prospects. Nothing like a healthy competition, though. So, look, if you can potentially see that this, free captain doesn't really get a chance to come back down or vote or things, that would be doing me a great service. And rest assured, I would provide you with something of equal value.
Would you like this free captain to be on vacation permanently?
Yeah, you could say that. Permanent vacation. Write that down.
Maybe something like that could be arranged, but usually I like to hear the reward before I conduct business.
Well, the reward is simple. This reward you seek is not one of a physical kind. Though if you want some money, we can give you some money. But as we said, my nephew, he seemed to clock who you were when you met at the bar. And he suggested that I make the reward a little bit more close to the family. He gets up from his chair and invites the nephew to free you as well, telling you to follow. The nephew unties your arms and your legs and begins to walk behind their uncle.
I guess I'll follow.
As they make their way towards the main foyer, there is a large grandfather clock sitting in front of a massive lounge room suite. Moving over to the grandfather clock, the clock is opened from both sides, and the actual bell that swings between it is pulled outwards, revealing a secret door behind this clock. Heading down and in, you eventually find yourself at an altar where a number of people are praying to what looks to be a statue of a faceless god. Ah, here we are. As the people begin to look at you, you notice that they're all wearing red and black. And he says...
Yellow, right?
Sorry, red and yellow. Yellow and black. Yellow and black. That's the one. Allow me to welcome you to my personal temple, to the god Calistria, god of trickery, lust, and revenge. And you, my friend, look like you need revenge in spades. We switch now to Kailu. Kailu, you've lost track of Balsam. You've no idea where he is. Before too long, while you are searching, Kara, Pietro, Nesmith, and Rondak spot you looking around in the streets.
Okay. I take it I lost the two guys who were following him.
Yes, you did.
Oh. Kylo, are you alright? Where's Balsam?
I'm afraid I've lost him. He left in the company of an elf, which I felt was his business and fine. But they were then followed by 2 others. Unfortunately, by the time I was able to get out of the pub, they had disappeared, and I have not been able to find them. So I honestly don't know where Balsam is at the moment.
I looked to Nesbit. Is this our second kidnapping situation in the day?
I believe it is. Our luck
I mean,
is
we
not
read the
great
book
today.
very well. We should have imagined this would happen.
I feel like we should know better, being in a pirate town. You know, I think that probably should have crossed our minds a little bit more.
Peril is literally the name of the port. But don't worry, Kylie.
Cora? Rhonda? How did the ship pairing go?
Oh, it was great. We found a ship like that in an instant. We said we needed it. They said, there it is. It was perfect. Problem was all of the red mantis assholes that were on it that tried to kill us.
Oh. Oh. That's
Yes, it did not go as well as we had hoped.
Was it the
Okay.
bright, wait, was it the bright red one that we saw?
Okay, I tried to ask for one that wasn't red. Don't. Yes.
Of course, carelessly though.
So,
Kara just puts her head down. Yes.
Well, you know, you
So-
forget that he should be dead, so that's pretty fair.
Well, alright, then do we want to focus on finding Balsam for now? I'm sure they will find, but I imagine he'll be hurt if we do not put in the effort to find them. Okay, that's
Yes.
fine, but you know, he'll
Yes.
be hurt.
we do. The other thing is that Balsam and I did have some success. It looks like we should hopefully have a meeting with the free captains, the free pirate captains,
You two are
To-
productive.
discuss. Well,
Yes, how did that come about?
and Kailu, as Kailu kind of kicks the dirt and whatnot,
Kailu.
I may perhaps know one of the free captains.
Oh.
Uh,
Petro's
you'll have to
leaning
tell
in
us all
very
about that.
closely.
we have a little bit of okay. It's my ex. So.
Oh. Well, that's a very interesting story.
Kailu.
Yes, you'll have
She's-
to tell us on the way.
Yes, she's still very angry with me, but
What did you do,
She-
Kailu?
I believe the kids
It's a-
say
it's a
dish,
long
or
story.
is this old term?
it's
Yeah, I am 200 years old. I cannot tell you what
Yeah.
the kids are saying.
Drama! I mean, drama!
Well,
so meanwhile, we should get Balsam back,
Yes.
Yes, what were the
or at least make
details?
sure he's all right.
What were the details of the friend that he left?
yes, and do you remember what the men who followed looked like as well?
Well, I can describe the elf that he left with, and I'm
Sure.
assuming that I blocked the men who, at least basics on them.
Yeah. Describing these individuals, you begin to look around town. Eventually, one of them turns around and says, "Oh, you're looking for some people that you really shouldn't be looking for. I mean, no good comes from dealing with the Scarnetti family." The
Does that-
Scarnettis, you know, are a group of, it's basically a crime syndicate. Yeah, their men are all over the Crescent Isle. You want to talk to one, it's not very hard. You're looking for a specific one, you know, yeah, that I can't help you with. But head to the northern side of the isle. That's where most of them will hang out. Talk to anyone there; they'll know something.
Thank you so much for your assistance.
Of course. What else is a man who sells pretzels on the side of the road supposed to do with his day?
I'll sell pretzels, of course. Takes one.
You gonna pay for that?
Probably buys one as well.
Yeah, takes as an emergency card.
Alright, you buy some
Take
pretzels.
the whole cart.
You buy some pretzels.
We'll get one for Balsam too. It's not his fault he wasn't here, but you know.
All right. So, Balsam, you were in this large temple-looking thing with a faceless statue that's being worshipped.
Can you help me with my vengeance against... How can you help me? If I'm to send someone on a permanent vacation, I need more than just promises. I've been burnt before in that regard.
That is only one potential outcome for vengeance. There's so many different kinds, and to be honest, sometimes it's not within the eyes of the mortals to decide exactly how it is that vengeance comes about. So we come down here every once in a while to give praise to one of our patron deities, Calistria. She is the god of vengeance, and she tells us, sometimes, you gotta leave well enough alone, and other times, they killed your kid, so they need to be whacked. Listen, Balsam, my nephew likes you, and so long as my nephew likes you, then you're good with the family. But you break my nephew's heart, I come here and I pray to this statue myself about what I'm gonna do to you. You see how this whole thing works?
Yes.
Good. In which case, you can talk to the priest. He's down there, okay? And he'll be able to set you on whatever path and help you out with whatever you need, okay? And he takes out like 500 silver and puts it in your pocket. He's like, you're a good kid. He slaps you on the face a little.
Thank you, Don.
You can call me Carpaccio.
Carpaccio.
Don Carpaccio.
Thank you, Don Carpaccio.
He gives you his ring, holds it up.
I put. I guess I kiss the ring. It's fine.
Yeah. And then he leaves, leaving you down here.
With the mask, do you have to just lift it up, or is it like a?
No, it's like a face mask. Like he'll put the mask attached to the ring. So it's like the mask hits the ring first. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Heading down, you see the sort of priest that's here. Some of the boys, you can kind of tell they're wearing suits as well that are pinstriped. They're just kind of listening to the sermon that's going on. The priest, who happens to be a halfling with a very gangly kind of features, you can kind of tell he's been around the block for a while. He turns around and says, and that is when I got my shoe and I beat him to death with it. Because if anything, our great god Calistria wants us to know is that it's okay, to beat someone to death for getting our coffee order wrong. It's not about the sin of doing something wrong to slight me. It's about doing the sin of not making sure he never makes that mistake again. And you hear all the people. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Totally makes sense. Yeah. That's right. So the next time someone they meet you in the street or they ask you the wrong question or whatever, if they waste any time, then all you need to do is drag them into a back alley, put a sack over their head, and just go to town. Let the spirit of Calistria flow through you. Like, yes, yeah. Oh, thank you, Father. Thank you. It's like, yeah, blessings be, yeah, bitch. And he slaps him. It's like, the next person comes, yeah, blessings be. Get fucking out of here. It's like, and then as Balsam comes up, he's like, blessings. Hey, I don't know you. Who are you? You like that? You come in here, you dressed like that? What's up?
That was a rather interesting sermon. Very interesting sermon.
Thank you. I do my best.
I am someone who might be interested in learning more about your goddess.
Learning more about my god. Well, you've come to the right place. What can I tell you about Calistria other than she's great? she's great.
She's just
Yeah.
best god ever.
God's number one. Okay.
No, just the one.
She is the greatest god. Okay, like, there are many gods out there, but there's none as great as this one.
No, this is the one.
This is the god for you.
I'm interested to knowing what she would think. I'm interested in. You see, I've been burned. Me and my friends.
Is
have
that
been
why
burned.
you're wearing the mask?
Oh, it's one of the reasons.
Okay.
But we were once part of a, let's say, fraternity, who, for all likes and purposes, have stabbed us in the back and will continue to do so. Well, will continue to attempt to do so.
I see. Well, from the sounds of it, it sounds as though you definitely need to pray to Calistria. Maybe then she'll be able to pass on her guidance to you as to what is the appropriate level of revenge you need to take. If it were up to me, I would give them some concrete Wellingtons and throw them into the Eye of Abigendo, but that's just what I'd do,
I'm not against that, in fact. Seeing the way they've treated us, that actually sounds like a great idea.
Well, my son, listen. Here, take this book of scripture with you. With my blessing, of course.
Thank you, Father. He'll take the book and he'll kind of like move off to the side so the father can continue his confessional, I guess.
He's gonna, he had his blessing. So he's gonna keep blessing people as they come through.
Yeah. And he's gonna just kind of skim through the pages.
The book is called Fun, Feuding, and Fucking.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, the 3 tenets of Calistria.
Yeah, exactly.
The first tenet is like trickery. Have fun with it. Enjoy yourself. Play around with it. Have a great time. Then feuds. Make sure you settle all debts and all scores. And then fuckery. It's literally just the Kama Sutra.
Yeah, exactly. These guys might be a little bit extreme, but then again, where does Balsam come from? He's come from like a murder cult. It should be fine.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
All right. With the book in hand and no one seeming to want to kill you, you begin to make your way back up to the top, where Kara, Pieter, Nesmit, Rondak, and Kailu, you've been invited for lunch. As you were all sitting down, this man's, big chubby dude, big jowls and stuff like that, sits down, he goes, "So you've come to my house looking for this friend of yours. And what makes you think that he might be here?" He's eating a sorbet. It's fucking delicious. You sure you
Kylo, it
don't
was
want
you that-
one?
Yeah, well, it's
I would love one.
Gives you, they get you.
So-
They be like, he does, like, as soon as you say "I'd like one," like a guy comes from behind you and puts a sorbet in front of you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Same.
much.
That
Okay,
looks delicious.
I need one of those, not
Yeah.
the sorbet, the guy that just popped in here.
Oh yeah.
You get a guy. The guy popped
Well,
by.
his name is Isaac,
So-
and he is available. He watches this big muscly dude just like standing back there. He's got like two cups of sorbet, one for Rondak and one for Nesmith.
Thank you so much.
Can I tell
Isaac.
you how
This is
interested
pleasure to
Kara
meet
is in
you.
that? Very.
Oh yeah.
Big muscled guy that can move like the fucking wind. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Kara's into it.
100%. And he is a power bottom. Just so you know.
Hell yeah. All right, let's sign me up. Wait, we're here for somebody. Who was it?
It's gonna be a
yes,
long
Boston.
night. Wait, what happened? What?
Balsam.
Welcome to Dag After Dark again.
Now, come
Everyone.
on.
So
Look, this is a this
We've
is a,
been in Dag After Dark.
I would like to point out, this is effectively both a mafia base and a temple to the god of lust, trickery, and vengeance. So it's like you want to
Look,
fuck.
I want to join the club already.
Yeah, it's like
I'm
you,
sold.
it's like you want to fuck someone. Sure, that guy. Yeah, sure. He it's like, hey, Isaac, come here, Isaac, come here.
Oh, is that what available meant? I
Yeah.
think I meant like to hire as like a guy.
Do-
Oh, okay.
Do I have to sign something, or how does this work?
Oh, you want to join this? Look. It's nice and simple. You gotta have one of the three things, okay? Either you gotta wanna, and I don't mean like a little. Like everyone likes a little bit of,
Somebody else?
bump and ugly time. We all enjoy some of that a little bit, but you gotta really commit yourself to it, okay? That's the first thing. The second thing, okay, is if you've got a cause, something that drives you for vengeance, okay? That's the second thing. The third thing is you gotta incite chaos and anarchy and fight the system and break it down. And you gotta make sure that you're doing that on the regular. You do these things, any one of these things in particular, then yeah, we could talk, we can figure something out.
Let me tell you, my
honestly,
friend, I've got all of those things.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
this is sounding better and better, right, Rhonda?
Yeah, I mean,
That's-
this is
that's-
like tailor made for me. This is where I belong.
Okay,
Well,
well,
Boss, you got a new boyfriend. I mean, I'm just saying.
Kylu, friend of mine.
Meanwhile, we're looking for a friend, and I believe from what we were told, he left in the company of your nephew.
you accusing my nephew of something?
No,
no.
I'm not accusing.
Our
I'm
boss
just
is a very
I was
friendly
hoping
man,
to
right?
was hoping to find your nephew to ask him if he knew where our friend had wandered off to.
He looks you in the eye and he says, nephew, these people want to ask you something. This incredibly hot elf walks in. Oh, I remember you. You were that handsome elf from the bar. You were traveling with your masked friend. I must say, in better lighting, you are quite fetching.
I shove
I see.
Kyler
Thank
forward a
you.
bit. Just lightly shove him forward a bit.
Thank you, but my friend Balsam, who you left with, do you happen to know where he went? I'm just trying to track him down. He's disappeared on me.
Oh, yes, I do know where he is indeed. He came with me home after we had some fun together, and he shouldn't be too far away. I'm sure that there's some way that we could pass the time until he's ready to. At this point, Balsam, you walk out from the staircase leading down towards the basement area and the altar room and stuff. And as you come up, you see the dining table with your friends on it.
Oh, Balsam, good to see you.
Oh, that's convenient.
For some, maybe.
Wonderful timing.
Wearing
As
or
as
not wearing.
Kylie steps on Pietro's foot and moves back.
No fun, Kylie.
Balsam.
Honestly, this place is amazing. I don't know why you. We really have to go to the next island. I feel like this is a nice place to be at.
Oh, no. We really have to go to the next part. I got some great ideas.
Oh. Well,
If one of those like these is having sorbet before you go, I think that's a great idea.
The sorbet is delicious. It is yuzu and strawberry.
Isaac, do you mind getting a sorbet for our friend?
You watch as he, as when you've turned over to ask him, he somehow now no longer has a shirt and has been covered in coconut oil. As he brings out more sorbet. The sorbet is delicious.
You guys stay right here. I'll be back. No.
you
We
watch as a
have-
tiny trickle of blood just comes out of like Kara's nose.
Take your time, Kara. We're fine.
Well, if our friend has...
What time is it, by the way?
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
Paul, you said you had a plan, right? If you have a plan ready in mind.
Don't-
Oh,
Don Carpaccio, these are the others, my companions that I was talking about before.
Yes, I recalled you mentioning. They came here looking for you, but I wasn't sure if they were associated with you. I was about to, give them the long speech. But if they're friends of yours, then they're friends of ours. Welcome. After all, your friend has been quite kind and quite welcoming of my dear nephew. And as long as my nephew pursues. He gestures at Balsam. I guess that I am going to do what I can to support these choices and allow him to express himself and be the elf he truly wishes to be. But I tell you this, no one ever, and I mean ever, crosses a member of the Scarnetti family. Whether it's through business or through love, the Scarnettis always come out on top. Unless we choose to be a bottom. Ayo! He goes for a high five, but no one high fives him. He's like,
I'll high five him.
yeah!
There you go, buddy.
Thank you.
There's a long awkward silence and just Pietro
He
just walks
kisses-
over.
He kisses both of your cheeks and he says, in this city you will never be, no one will touch you in this city. From now on, you are no longer the target of like pickpockets and thieves
Wait.
while you are in Port Peril.
What if we want them to?
Then you just
That kind of touch.
then you just be there. Do as you are. Okay.
I have a.
Yes.
Can I ask a question about the table?
Yeah.
Just given that I have an ex in this town, what do I know? What the relationship is between the free captains and the Scarnettis?
Yes. They work together, but they don't like each other. So the smugglers, okay. How do I even put this? So pirates go throughout the ocean stealing shit. They bring it back to the city in order to sell it to the Bank of Abdar. However, selling to the Bank of Abdar liquidizes the assets and turns it into currency, but the assets themselves still need to be sold to reimburse for what the bank has invested in it. To that end, they then hire various mercenaries and people and regular folk in order to fulfill these contracts and allow them to continue business. There are a number of crime families that do this because this is massive amounts of smuggling, especially rare and stolen items and artifacts and stuff like that. So these guys are effectively, as much as like your ex used to fight and kill Hell Knights, guys like Don Carpaccio and his men, they evade them. They basically just like know when the authorities are around how to like sort of disappear. So they've taken all of they'll take all the stuff that has been sold to the Bank of Abdar. They'll take them and go and get that money. Now, if the Scarnetti weren't doing that, the Bank of Abdar wouldn't buy the treasure that the free captains use. Therefore, that's the trickle-down effect. But, that being said, the free captains are the authority in the shackles. The Scarnetti are not. So when they do butt heads, it's kind of like, this is our street. And then the free captains are like, no, fuck you, this is our island. Right? That's kind of how they butt heads from time to time. But it's usually low-ranking or low-classing members and stuff like that doing it. Yeah.
And it was Winsong who was being the issue at the moment with the Scarnettis, right?
Yes.
Okay, but only Balsam knows that. So
Yeah.
It was mostly making sure I got the name right.
yeah, thank you.
Mm.
That's so I was, partly what are the since he seems to know everything, I'm kind of assuming that he probably knows that I have or had a relationship with one of the three captains.
They are aware of your relationship with
Helena.
Helena.
Yeah.
But they also know better than
Thank
to
you.
mess with the Hurricane Queen and her crew. So,
Okay. Yep.
I mean, it'd probably be a different thing if the nephew was attracted to you and not Balsam, but that's where it is. Cool. All right. So, at this point in time, for those of you who because we're going to spend a little bit of time here, and from here you're going to get a missive to go and meet the free captains. But while you are here, I am providing everyone with the following bonus. At the next level up, anyone who wishes to may select the cleric dedication, as this will count as you learning and inducting yourself into the clergy of the god Calistria, if that is a desire for you or your team.
We're gonna have to
Okey-doke.
do some individual reading about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Basically, she is a patron god of elves, lust, vengeance, and trickery. That's her big MO. Generally speaking, she's not a bad god. She's just a very chaotic one, and it's just evident through all the stuff that she does. The nephew is a devout follower. He is a priest, very similarly, which is why he embodies the whole lust thing. His family and his father and stuff like that, they're all very underworld figures. So trickery and skullduggery and all that sort of stuff is his angle. And then you've got the priest downstairs who's all about don't take shit, freaking murder anyone who crosses you. That he is the priest, but he's also vengeance. So if you want to choose that dedication, I will also ask you to choose one of those three characters, because that'll represent the aspect of Calistria you'll be following. So I don't necessarily want you to be sexy, murdering, smugglers or something. I want you guys to be able to pick one and sort of hone in and focus on that. Cool?
Sounds good.
I assume this does not apply to me because I am already a champion.
Nope,
of
will
a
apply
god.
to you as well if you would like to. We can talk about that too. It's basically a god shift. And yes, that does have repercussions in the game. If you do not wish to have the god shift, that's also perfectly fine. But given all you guys have gone through, when I was talking to Matt about it, it's well, yeah, this could potentially be a thing that happens because, you think that, you're protected and stuff, but then, your god goes quiet and you're just well, what about this guy? This guy seems to be helping us out, so,
Gotcha. Yeah.
Cool.
I also love how it was a small little thing that we had a chat about, and now the whole group's yeah, we should do that. Sounds like a great idea.
It's very true.
Sounds fun. I like
Very
this
true.
club already.
All right, guys. Unfortunately, that does take us to the end of our game. So thank you, everyone, for coming and joining us. Thank you for watching and listening. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Before we leave as well, you will receive a gift from Don Carpaccio. Because again, he likes to see his nephew happy, and he likes to make the people who make his family happy. You are provided a rune. This rune apparently is going to help you with the free captains, as it is known as the Tempest Rune that controls water and commands the winds. For any sailing ship, this rune alone has enough juice in it to be able to help you navigate and get to anywhere that you're going in half the time.
Fancy.
Go.
Right?
And it's called the Tempest Rune.
Do you want to put that on your character sheet, Steve?
Well,
Sure. I mean, well, where we can figure out who.
I mean, we can
I
discuss it.
also vote you.
Yeah, we can discuss it in the chat.
Yep.
All right, but guys, my name is Michael. I'm the Dozer Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. We will be back in a few hours for Gatewalker, so be ready for that. OG, I did level up Magnus, in case you were wondering. But when we return, our heroes will be confronted with the free captains. Now, as well, just so you guys know, I will flesh out the nephew a little bit more than I did today. Mostly because he was supposed to be a kind of a throwaway character, but now that he's kind of like leaning in a bit, if you guys would like him as a associated like party member, we can talk about that potentially as well. Or we'll potentially have him join Helena on that crew, and then maybe that way maybe you've got like a team of people who may come and assist you guys throughout the adventure. I don't know how much that'll be going to be appropriate later on ahead, but for now at least you have a second steady ally here as well. So there you go. All right, but guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Stay kind. What was I gonna say? Have a wonderful evening. Wherever you are, whatever you happen to be doing, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying. Ciao, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
What happens to Steve? Who's Steve? Yeah.